Hello and welcome to the award-winning movie podcast. This week on the pod, we are discussing the best ever cameo performance, and then we're going to be looking at the best ever sound effect from a movie, which I have made a little soundboard for. So that's going to be a lot of fun later. But before we get down to that, last week I was tasked with watching The Fly, which won our award for best ever remake. If you haven't seen that episode, go check it out. But let's hear what Brad thought of it. I am Brad, and this is the award-winning movie podcast. The award-winning movie podcast. Right, so I watched The Fly and hot take.
Okay. Oh, no. I don't feel like this is going to be a positive hot take.
No, I liked it. I still wouldn't put it as the best ever remake, I don't think, even though it won that last week. I was watching it thinking this feels very much like a play. I bet it exists as one somewhere. And it's never been done as a play, even though it's only like 3 characters and 3 locations. It would be the easiest thing to make as a theatre production. Someone should definitely do that. And I googled that to see if anyone has ever done one. They haven't, except David Cronenberg himself made an opera of it.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
What do the songs go like?
I don't know. I didn't listen to any of the songs. I
sort of imagine it's sort of like a Planet of the Apes musical from the Simpsons situation where the songs are just ridiculous.
Friend, he was a man and loved it, but now the insect is away.
I just thought it'd be such a good theatre adaptation. You could really freak people out with some of the prosthetics and stuff, and you wouldn't need to change the set. It's just all in his apartment, basically, and then one other place.
Yeah, stuff that's like really like 1 or 2 location things work really well for plays.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it would, especially the first half before he's even a fly. It was a lot less monster movie than I expected it to be.
Yeah, that's always the case with Cronenberg. He's got a big reputation for the body horror thing, but like that is just like a part of what he does and maybe not the whole thing. So
to carry on from what I said last week, I like that at the end when she's about to blow the guy's head off. It's supposed to be like, oh man, she's gonna, shoot the fly monster. Yeah, get him. It's what you'd usually get in a monster movie. But instead it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this because I love this man, even though he's a hideous fly monster now.
Yeah, the ending's probably the best part of it. It is really well done. But there should be a play of it.
Wait, so your hot take was that it should have been a play?
Yeah, my hot take was that it should have been a play.
And it wasn't?
Yeah, and it wasn't a play, but it should have been a play.
We could do a hotter take than that. Tom, give us a hotter take.
On The Fly?
Yeah, no, you don't have to hot take The Fly. Just hot take anything.
Shit, man! I had a hot take the other day, and I can't think of anything. No, I'm coming in at lukewarm currently.
What have you watched this week, Tom?
I've watched 2 things that are completely unrelated. One old, one new. This week, I watched Grizzly Man, the documentary by Werner Herzog.
Oh yeah.
So I realised I've never seen a Werner Herzog documentary, and it's about some guy who's obsessed with bears, and so he keeps going to Alaska every year to film himself saving the bears, and he really thinks he's doing this. It's very unclear how he's ever saving the bears in any way. But anyway, he gets mauled by a bear. Because he's not saving the bears. And bears, they're pretty dangerous bears. So, but it's quite an interesting documentary about an incredibly delusional person. So it's one of them where I think it's quite easy to come away and be like, oh, that guy's a fucking idiot and he sucks. And that actually is true. As in like, I know the people who watched it and they have this like visceral reaction where it's like, oh, this guy sucks. And like, then it's like, oh, the documentary has nothing of value. And it's like, he does suck. It's this really like insane portrait of, well, it's because he gets another person killed as well as being involved in his schemes. So he sucks because of that. I genuinely believe that he did think he was saving them bears, even though he was just sort of hanging out
present near them.
As he was just being near them. I think the other thing that I was sort of struggling to get past for a little while is that Werner Herzog is such sort of like a meme character now.
Oh yeah.
And he's got like a sort of nefarious villain voice, and then he'll say something like dark about nature.
Here I differ with Treadwell. He seemed to ignore the fact that in nature there are predators. I believe the common denominator of the universe is not harmony, but chaos, hostility, and murder.
It's hard not to get like an accidental bit of comedy from that.
Are you aware that Werner Herzog loves wrestling?
I'm not, but that...
He got asked, why do you watch wrestling? You're a big like artist type guy, and then you're watching the stupid wrestling. Why do you do that? And his response was, the artist must never avert his eyes.
No, see, yeah, I love him so much because that actually makes sense to me. Because one of the other things I know is that because he's in The Mandalorian briefly, isn't he? And I remember them asking him, they were like, "Oh, what did you make of Baby Yoda when you saw the puppet?" And he goes, "It was heartbreakingly beautiful." And and they were like, "Oh, but he's so fun, isn't he?" And it's like, no, he is heartbreakingly beautiful. When I see him, I cry. And he was like really upset that they replaced him with CGI in like later seasons. Instead of using the puppet, because the puppet made him cry.
Oh, fair enough.
Which is just amazing.
What an odd man.
He's a very, very odd fella.
Does Craig have a Werner Herzog impression? Me and Tom have done ours.
Mine's fucking terrible.
No, mine would be a million times worse. But the last thing I watched Werner Herzog in, he was giving an interview with Mark Commode, and he got shot. Like, someone shot him in the middle of the interview.
Oh, I think I know about this. I've not seen it, but I know about it.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he goes, "It's okay. It was not a significant bullet." I think that's a very strange reaction to a gunshot. Just, no, don't worry. It wasn't a significant bullet. I'm fine. And they're like, "Should you go to the hospital?" And he's like, "No.
No, it was not a significant bullet.
Can you think of anything where Werner Herzog has just showed up, perhaps in a cameo capacity?
Yes, and it can't win the award because it's on a TV show, but his cameo in The Simpsons I became aware of only after I'd seen Grizzly Man, because there's a great bit in his guest appearance in The Simpsons where Bart or something calls him like Willy Wonka because he's given him this new invention or whatever, this new like tablet or whatever, and he goes, "I am not Willy Wonka, I am Augustus Gloop."
Yeah, it is true, I am Gloop. Being stuck in that tube changed me in so many ways.
And it's just so fucking stupid. I love it. Great bit.
Well, that's a perfect little segue by me. Brings us on to our first category of the day, which is Best Cameo.
This one took me a little while, but I cracked it open. You know, I got in there and I was like, because I think the big sticking point for me is that
You don't like cameos.
I hate I hate fan service, man.
Yeah.
I hate fan service. It's like, "Oh, Stan Lee, have you seen his cameo in this?" And I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What's the origin of the word cameo, Brad?
I don't know.
I actually read this while I was
Why would
looking
I
it up,
know?
but I'm going to let Craig say it. But I did find this as I was researching, so I'm going to let Craig say his definition or the origin.
I don't know.
He's a...
No, he's just quizzing me.
I knew you were going to do that.
He's just
I knew you were going to do that. And you know what? I bet he does know. I bet he just wanted to say that because...
No, I don't know.
Did you assume I knew?
I thought you'd know.
I did have a bit of a problem when researching this. I had to get a few lists up and see what other people thought. And there's loads on there that are considered cameos that are definitely not cameos, in my opinion. I want to see if you guys
I saw
agree.
that Les Grossman from Traffic Thunder was on there. And I was like, that's not a
Yeah,
cameo.
that's not a
like
cameo.
a supporting role. He's in it for so long.
The worst one I saw of that was Matt Damon in Interstellar. Like, that's not a cameo.
Not a cameo.
He's just in the film for 30 minutes of like driving the plot forward. He's an essential character to the whole thing. How is that a cameo?
Like he's a side character, but he's a pretty important one. Yeah, it's not a cameo. Yeah, that for me, not a cameo.
Okay, instead of the origin of the word cameo, how do you guys define a cameo?
I think I've gone for like at most like one scene wonder is what I've gone for.
See, my favourites are two scene wonder.
Yeah, no, maybe a two, because I realised that I've actually picked some that are more than one. But that's
Okay.
the kind of thing I'm going for.
I was trying to find one where it's not just, oh, look, a celebrity. But that is what a cameo is, basically. It's just going, oh, look, they're there.
Yeah.
It's basically just a performance where you do that.
Appearing for the sake of
For the
appearing.
sake of, oh, look, Matt Damon. But not in a traditional Matt Damon movie. Matt Damon in Euro Trip, that's a cameo. He shows up at the very end just to sing a song and call the guy a loser, basically saying he's having sex with his girlfriend.
Brad, that's my first honourable mention. That was amazing.
Well, I've never seen Euro Trip. I'm aware of that cameo. That's the only scene in the movie I'm aware of.
I thought that cameo was amazing. And it's not even like a pre-fame Matt Damon. It's like I think it's a post-Bourne trilogy Matt Damon. Just for anyone who doesn't know, in the context of the film, this main character has recently been left by his girlfriend, and he attends a party. He's at an American college, and then at the party, a band gets up, and the singer is Matt Damon, and he sings the words,
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. She tells him she's in church, but she doesn't go. Still she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Oh, Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty.
That's just enjoyable. I like it. That's what a good cameo is to me. That's just fun. That's just fun and funny. And Matt Damon had absolutely no reason to do it. No reason. I bet the money wasn't that good. The film wasn't that good. But he just thought, that'll be a fun thing to do.
Matt Damon's got loads of cameos, and my favourite Matt Damon cameo is him and Ben Affleck. And also, I didn't realise the director was in it, but Gus Van Sant is also there. In Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They do Good Will Hunting too and get guns out. And the guy from the How Do You Like Them Apples scene is there as well.
Face facts, my friend. You're just no longer that good. Will Hunting?
Jackie?
Yeah?
It's hunting season.
Applesauce, bitch.
Yeah, I saw that film a while ago. That is good, but I also felt like Kevin Smith was just desperate to fill that film with cameos just because he couldn't think of story.
Yeah, again, I've not seen the film, I've just seen the cameo. I've just seen that one scene.
It is a good cameo. Although, I don't know, there's something about... I find it less impressive if I know they're mates in real life, and I know Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are just mates with Kevin Smith in real life.
Is there not like an element of all cameos being that though? I feel like most of them is like, I don't know, this guy that you like having around, let's just get him in there, you know?
I don't know. I'd like a cameo if I know they didn't have to do it. If there was they didn't know just somebody sent them an email and they had no obligation to do it to a friend or anything. It was just, okay, I'll do that. What's one of Tom's honourable mentions?
My first honourable mention is Scorsese in Taxi Driver, where he plays the really deranged guy. He's talking about murdering his wife. But what I really like about this is that it's a director cameo that isn't, because I think because it wasn't originally planned as a director cameo, because the original guy they had for it, I think, got injured working on something else. And so, they were like, right, rather than getting someone else, he'll just do it. It isn't one that's designed to make you look good or like be like, oh, he's funny. Or, it's not like, this is my hot take, I think. The Tarantino cameo in, well, basically any of them he's ever done, I hate. But I really hate the one in Pulp Fiction. It's just awful.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like designed to be like, yeah, it's really racist. It's like, oh, I just want to be in it so that I can use racial slurs over and over again. And also, like, he wants to be like the funny character, and he like wants to think, you to think he's a good at, and it's like, I hate that. It's really self-indulgent.
I don't need you to tell me how fucking good my coffee is, okay? I'm the one who buys it. I know how good it is. But you know what's on my mind right now? It ain't the coffee in my kitchen. It's the dead in my garage.
Oh.
But the Scorsese and Taxi Driver one, he is genuinely really good in that as well. Like, he's really creepy and sort of like vibrating with a weird anxiety. And he's not like the sort of typical Scorsese personality you're expecting, where he's like, he's chuckling and laughing and, joking around and stuff. And
yeah, he's deadly serious. Isn't it true?
Yeah, he's deadly fucking serious.
I was going to say that scene's based off his experience in real life, but I realise now it can't be because of the order of the story. A producer wanted to edit Taxi Driver to have less blood and to be completely changed, and he was up all night with a gun planning on killing him. Also high on cocaine at the time.
Oh.
Are you aware of this story?
No, I'm not. I kind of forgot that Scorsese had a whole addicted to cocaine bit.
Yeah. I'll have to double check that. I can't just slander Scorsese.
Yeah,
he was going to kill him.
Maybe we just made up and it didn't happen.
Marty could work himself up in those days. Not anymore, the way he used to.
A little calmer.
But Marty he's a lot calmer. He could so work himself up. And so Marty was actually plotting murder at that point. And could he get away with it?
Can I try and guess one of Tom's? Because I've realised while editing the podcast that I've been able to guess Tom's about 5 times.
Yeah, no, to be fair, last week I was the most disappointed that you guessed it, but I forgot that there was a point where I never shut the fuck up about how much I love Suspiria.
I can't predict Craig's. Craig's an enigma. I never know what Craig's going to say. But I had Peter Jackson in Hot Fuzz stabbing Simon Pegg because you love PJ.
No, I actually didn't have that. Oh. I forgot about that cameo in it as well. It's really good because he's Santa.
He's Santa. It's crazy. And also, it's not him in his own movie. He's just that. Why is he in an Edgar Wright movie?
And he's like not a guy who like commonly leaves New Zealand, to my knowledge, as well. So he had to fly to the other side of the world.
Yeah. Just to show up
to
for a
be in
minute.
this
In
movie
a
as
Santa
Santa.
bit. It's not like he's even
In a
visible.
Yeah, there's no way to know it's him unless you get told. It's great. Yeah, that's a fantastic cameo.
You know, Edgar Wright felt the pressure on that day because I think the Santa cameo was one of the first things they shot on that day.
Yeah.
And then Edgar said to Peter, all right, you can go now. Like, thanks for doing that. And Peter said, no, I want to stay and watch you direct. And so Edgar Wright spent the rest of that day like directing, knowing the guy who directed Lord of the Rings like was watching him like do everything.
Yeah, having another big director just show up to your set is probably going to be one of the worst things ever, especially if they're like a legend. The thing you're like, don't judge me for my technique. What if I've been doing it wrong this whole time? And I'm going to find out because Spielberg's going to make fun of me to all his friends.
There was only 2 cameos I could think of where they actually like it makes sense them being there. They deserve to be there. And one of them was Johnny Depp at the end of 21 Jump Street because he was in the TV show 21 Jump Street. So if anyone deserves a cameo in the movie, that's him. And then I also had Neil Armstrong shows up in Apollo 13. He just goes up to Jim Lovell's mum and says hi, and he's playing himself. So it makes sense that Neil Armstrong might go up to Jim Lovell's mum and be like, oh, how you doing? How you handling it with all the stress of your son probably going to die in space?
Blanche, these nice young men are going to watch the television with you. This is Neil Armstrong, and this is Buzz Aldrin.
Hi.
Are you boys in the space program, too?
But he is like 70 in the cameo when he should be, I don't know, 30, 40.
Yes, a little bit of an age difference from what he should be.
Is it the first Home Alone or Home Alone 2 where people think Elvis appeared in it?
No, I've never heard this. I don't mean no as in that didn't happen. I mean that I've never heard of this.
Okay, if you Google Home Alone Elvis, like people are convinced there's this one scene where the mother's at the airport and she's trying to find a way to get home to Kevin or something. And there's a guy stood behind her in the queue and people are convinced it's Elvis. And then it launched this whole conspiracy of, is Elvis alive? Now, if he is alive, that's a cameo. But if he's still dead...
But he's dead. So
he's dead, so it isn't.
So it's a guy
because he is dead.
It's a guy that looks slightly similar to him and mostly doesn't look like him at all. To be honest, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's just
but
it's not Elvis.
If that was him,
because Elvis is dead,
it's a cameo.
If it was Elvis, then it would be counted as an Elvis cameo. But it's not Elvis.
Yeah,
because Elvis is dead.
But he would have signed up to it as an extra. Like it wouldn't have been an intentional cameo.
I don't know what you want me to say, Craig. It's not.
He was dead. he was dead.
If they dragged Elvis's corpse onto the camera on screen, then it's an Elvis cameo.
So they dug up Elvis in order to.
Okay, I'll let you off because Elvis is dead.
Elvis is dead.
Elvis is dead.
Right, I'm going to go with my number one pick right now. There's a few good cameos in this movie, actually, and they're more than just, look, a celebrity. They're kind
can
of
I guess?
Making fun of that. Yeah, go on.
I feel like yours is Margot Robbie in a bathtub in The Big Short.
The Big Short.
Correct. It is. Of course it is. There's others other than her, but hers is the funniest. I think it's the first one where they do that.
It is the first one, yeah, because they've got Anthony Bourdain, which I like.
They're trying to explain big banking concepts, and so they have celebrities come on and kind of show to make fun of how people aren't paying attention to this, but they are paying attention to celebrity culture, so they cross them over.
Wall Street loves to use confusing terms to make you think only they can do what they do. Here's Margot Robbie in a bubble bath to explain.
Basically, Louis Rainieri's mortgage bonds were amazingly profitable for the big banks. They made billions.
Clever joke, and hers is the best one of that. And it's also Margot Robbie in a bath, so that's good. But that's also part of the joke, is that the sex appeal would make you listen to that. People are more interested in that than the other stuff.
Yeah.
But also, it's a cameo that makes fun of cameos. Because I kind of hate cameos, like you said, Tom. So
yeah,
this is one that is kind of making fun of the fact a celebrity is showing up. So I liked it for that as well.
So now he's going to short the bonds, which means to bet against. Got it? Okay. Now fuck off.
Well, I've got a couple more. I'll try and reel through them. One of my other honorable mentions was Scorsese's mum in Goodfellas. She's fucking great.
That's a wholesome
and
cameo.
I'm counting that as a cameo because
Yeah,
she's
sure.
not like a big name, but she's so wholesome in it and so authentic and like warm. And I guess it's because she's playing herself, so it's like a little bit cheating, but that like offset against what the guys have done basically in like the previous sequence, like it has a huge, great dramatic tension, and she's fantastic. I also like Martin Scorsese in Shark Tale.
Oh, and De
He's a little
Niro as
pufferfish.
well, isn't he? De Niro's
Yeah,
in
because
that,
De Niro's in it, but his is less of a cameo because he's like more of a villain character in it. Like but Scorsese's just there as a pufferfish, and he has Scorsese's actual eyebrows, which is great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I think it's one of those where it's sort of like, maybe this is just a good excuse to hang out with a friend of mine. I don't know why he's in that movie. Why the fuck is he in Shark Tale? But he is, and I love it.
True words have never been spoken. Is that it? That all? We done?
Now, you and me, we worked together a long time.
Please, Don Lino. It's hardly been like
Let me
work.
finish.
There's a 2019 Netflix film, I think, called Always Be My Maybe. Keanu Reeves appears in it and plays...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think you've seen that, haven't you, Brad?
Yeah, it's a terrible film, but yeah, the Keanu entrance is great.
So where's your man? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he walks in slow motion to the song Sail by AWOL Nation. Everybody else gets put in slow motion, and when you're in slow motion, your voice sounds like that. Everybody else in this restaurant where he walks in just stops and goes, "Oh my god!" Again, Sail AWOL Nation is playing in the background, and it's like the most pretentious, dramatic, like absurd thing, and he's just going out of his way to be as douchey and pretentious, and he challenges the main character to a fight. It's just him having, you can tell Keanu Reeves, I've genuinely never seen a smile on his face that wide until I watched this film. Like, he just goes absolutely mental with it.
I really like his entrance, and the restaurant scene's fine, but then it drags on and he becomes like a character in the film. I think it'd be better, and I'd happily maybe concede to it being one of the best ones ever if it was just that first bit. It's that it keeps going, and they keep milking Keanu. Don't milk Keanu. He's not a cow.
Don't milk it. Stop. Get your hands off his udders.
Don't milk my boy. But yeah, just if it's just the entrance.
But I think the cameo takes up about 5-6 minutes total. And I think that's just on the edge of acceptable cameo time length.
What's Tom's number one pick then? I don't think I can guess it.
Okay, so my number one pick is Martin Scorsese in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Of course I should have guessed. You've said Scorsese like 6 times.
I've only said Martin Scorsese. Well,
I don't remember him in Killers of the Flower Moon.
So I don't want to spoil it at all, because if it's a more recent movie, I think older stuff, I don't care. He's only in the epilogue of the movie. I think it's at the very least the best director cameo, because it has to be Scorsese. The purpose of that epilogue is to sort of kind of reckon with the sort of ethical difficulty of making a film about that kind of real life story, or that kind of sort of true crime story, I guess, like it exists in that genre, and there are problems with our relationship to that genre, like the sort of ethics of it, like them for making it as entertainment, and then you for paying to watch it as entertainment, and then you sort of arrive at the ending. And I remember that's how I felt watching the movie during it, where it's sort of like, oh, this is weird that this is a movie that you can pay money to watch as entertainment, which is sort of strange. And he's good at it.
Mrs. Molly Cobb passed away at 11 o'clock Wednesday night at her home. She was buried in the old cemetery in Grey Horse beside her father and her daughter. There was no mention of the murders.
And my only non-Martin Scorsese honorable mention is Peter Jackson in The Fellowship of the Ring, which I know that I said directors' cameos are vain and self-important and stupid, but PJ as a Brie local chomping a carrot like Bugs Bunny as he stares down the lens is great.
Doesn't he cameo eating a carrot in the third one as well or something? He's always eating carrots.
I think he is pretty much always eating a carrot. I think he eats the carrot again in The Hobbit.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Because in the third one, I think he's on the ship as like a captain.
Yeah,
I think he's cut from the regular version, the theatrical version.
He's the one that gets shot by Legolas. Yeah,
I think he does get shot. But I think they are gratuitous and over the top. But again, he doesn't give himself any speaking lines, and he's just there. He's just a guy, and he's a funny guy. So I like him. PJ.
We've got Margot Robbie in a bathtub in The Big Short. We've got 50 Scorsese roles from Tom, especially the one in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon is the actual one.
I think that's the best one. And we've got, I forgot what yours was, Craig.
Keanu Reeves in Always Be My Maybe.
Keanu and Always Be My Maybe. Oh, we might have a fight here. I don't think anyone's going to be swayed.
No, I would be swayed to yours. I don't mind Margot Robbie naked in a bathtub.
I think it makes a good excuse for it because it's got a reason for a cameo rather than it just being a gratuitous, here's a celebrity. The whole point is that it's making fun of that. So I feel like there's less shame in enjoying that cameo. It's the smart person's cameo.
It's actually, I enjoy it for intellectual reasons only.
But also she's naked in a bathtub, so, you know.
Well, yeah. Sure.
But that's part of it. That is part. The joke is
it's obviously part of it.
So don't come for
I would vote for yours, Brad. You got my vote.
I'm happy to be outvoted on it. I think it's one of them where, like, I'm not swayed to necessarily saying that one's the best as well, but also, like, yeah, fine. Fair enough. At least none of you went for fucking Stanley and some shite.
Stanley, they're fine. They're just...
Yeah, they're just like, oh, you know what I mean? I think like it's one of those things where it's like the first couple of times it happens, it's like, haha, he's a little guy, and then like the 40th time you're like, fucking hell.
They insist upon themselves.
Off. Like you just stop doing that.
But I feel like if anyone's allowed to do a cameo in a Marvel movie, it's Stan Lee. He's earned it. He's having fun.
I'm not.
You're not having fun at Marvel movies anyway.
No, I'm not. I'm not happy the whole time. But then it's just like it's one of them. It's just like the final like extra twist of the knife, and you're just like, oh, would you fuck off?
Rest in peace, Stan Lee. By the way.
Oh, is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose
Don't just laugh.
He did. No, I laughed at the idea that I was waiting for him to fuck off, and he already has.
You literally just said, "Is Stan Lee dead?"
Oh,
and Brad said yes, and you go.
I didn't know he was dead. I don't know. I'm not up to date on my Stan Lee fucking news, but I just thought it was amusing. Not that he was dead, but. I was like, oh god, I wish he'd fuck off. And then you guys have been like, oh, he's dead. And I'm like, what a shit. He did. Like, so he's gone. Sorry, Stanley. That was not meant, I wasn't meant to laugh at Stanley. I was laughing at myself for not knowing that Stanley was dead.
Would you like me to cut that, Tom, or leave?
Leave it in.
That's ballsy.
Right, moving swiftly on. Our next category of the day is the best ever sound effect. Who wants to kick this one off?
I'll get this one out of the way because it'll be controversial. Honourable mention, silence.
No, fuck off.
In what?
Well, it's been...
Just in everything.
Yeah, it's been used as like the most common sound effect, and for good reason. It's really effective. Like, probably, if I want a famous use off the top of my head, like when Stanley Kubrick wanted to accurately depict space in 2001: A Space Odyssey. And when you use silence, like proper full-on silence, it's a really striking effect, I think, and it's powerful. And before you guys start arguing, I just Googled, is silence a sound effect in film? And the AI said, yes. It's a powerful sound effect in film.
Yeah, the AI is fucking stupid, man. The AI on Google, like Google Gemini, this is my hot take, is fucking shit.
Did Craig learn nothing from 2001? It's all about how the AI can't be trusted, Craig.
Yeah, and you're trusting the AI. You haven't watched that movie at all.
Yeah, you can't. I'm not having sounds.
Yeah, no, I'm not having sounds because it doesn't make a sound. No, you know what? I appreciate that its usage it can be distinct and it's good sound design. I'm on board with that, but it doesn't make a sound.
But it's not
a
sound
good choice,
effect.
but it doesn't make a sound.
This could go very wrong, but I thought I'd prepare for this week's category of best sound by making a soundboard. So I think Tom might enjoy this sound effect.
Oh yeah. The only reason I didn't actually nominate this is because I've already talked about it. It's just so fucking
It's
good.
called a boga. It's the bird thing,
yeah,
the bird lizard.
And I already did the impression, and I'm going to do it again where he goes,
yeah.
Great sound.
From Revenge of the Sith.
I'm going to play it again.
It could have just that thing. It could have just like you could have had the music playing in the background, the sound of the footsteps, just the sound of Obi-Wan going right. Yeah, and that would have been enough. But somebody thought, no.
No, let's make it go.
It's gonna go.
I'm actually seeing the whole thing here, and I may as well run through my other Star Wars ones, because this, I think, is the one category where we're allowed to just go in on Star Wars, because
I'm not a big Star Wars guy. You guys know. I generally think they're a bit overrated. I think they're fine, but they're still fun. I still enjoy them, but I just think they're generally overrated, the originals especially. However, in doing this podcast, the fact that it comes up so often has genuinely made me appreciate the other elements to the film that are great. The sound design, creature design.
Those are some of the main things about them. Yeah, like the sound and creature design. Like the sound design especially is like a really big deal. I'm just going to test the Sebulba sound on the soundboard to see which one you've gone for. Oh, that's a good one.
Pod races,
because that's
how good are pod races? They're great.
Because that was I didn't know it's not my winner, but that's like my highest honorable mention. It's just any sound from the pod race sequence, because they're so fucking good.
I love the bubbling kind of do 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 do.
Yeah,
it's so memorable.
Yeah, and they all have really distinct engine sounds as well. Like there are like 5 or 6 distinct pod racer engine sounds. But that one, like, and amongst a lot of great sounds, stands out, and you're like, oh, I know that's the Sebulba pod. Like it's like one of the hero pods in that race. Anakin's pod racer, I think, just has a big F1 car noise.
Yeah, they've used a lot of F1 noises in the sequence.
Yeah, and that's like really distinct. But like the Sebulba one is like a dub 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 dub.
Like, I'm guessing that's just like a 2-stroke engine, like really slowed down or something like.
Yeah, and like distorted, but it's one of them. It strikes a really good balance between immediately sounding like an engine, but also sounding nothing like any engine that you've ever heard.
In talking about how they made the sounds, I think we should talk to Craig a bit, because the listener won't know that Craig did sound design quite in-depth at university. That was your jam, Craig, doing sound, and you did a bit of dabbling in making your own sound effects. So do you have any hot takes or insights when it comes to making sounds from scratch?
Just like, no, not really. No, you sort of... Ben Burt, who did all the sound effects for Star Wars, he basically coined the term sound designer. He was the first person to go out and into the real world and like combine different elements of sound jobs on films and sort of mush them into one. And he was very creative in the way he did things. He sort of applied common sense. Like he'd look at a lightsaber and think, oh, well, that sort of looks like it's giving off a hum. And so he'd go out of his way to find different hums to put on things, and found the one that was right. Good example. No, you know what's a very good sound effect in Star Wars? The silence before the seismic charges that Boba Fett uses in Attack of the Clones.
But sure. But the seismic charge itself is a way better sound than that.
Yeah, because it sounds like this.
Oh, what a fucking sound.
I heard that
what
one.
A sound.
No, you missed the silence there.
Okay, hang on, wait. Those sounds
so good. Yeah, I think it's easy to just nominate a load of Star Wars ones, because it's like, especially the originals are like the big sound design movies, and it's like it changes the whole landscape of how those things work, like you say, because of Ben Burt and everything. And
the sound that's always most impressive, or most fun at least, is going to be the stuff that's made up. All the sounds I've got in my honorable mentions, it's never going to be like you can say great sound design in loads of things that are real life. But the one that's really fun to talk about is the sci-fi things where there's not a sound that exists for that, where they got to make up something and be creative with it.
Yeah, well, like Craig says, sort of like follow it to a sort of like on a logical path where you end up with a sound that's not realistic, or that doesn't have a reference point that brings it to reality. So,
well, what's Craig's one of your honourable mentions then?
Since we're on the Star Wars theme, my favourite, can you guess? My favourite sound in all Star Wars?
The silence before the credits.
The silence. Yeah. The silence right before that first music cue on the crawl.
There was definitely a stereotypical kind of sound for this particular thing in sci-fi films before Ben Burt did it. But when he did it, he put his own spin on it. And I think every sound that's based on that thing that's come afterwards is influenced by it.
Is it the blaster?
And that. Yes.
Yeah.
So uncivilized.
The blaster's a great choice.
Sci-fi blaster guns, pre-Star Wars, sort of had a
zap
kind of sound. Yeah, or a zap. Whereas he just went a completely different way with it. And I believe the way he achieved that sound was sort of banging on wire on a metal fence to create this sort of deep resonant twang. And I actually did it by accident once. I was in a nature park and I was I went to lean on this fence that was guarding a bunch of goats, and I accidentally made the blaster sound from Star Wars, and I was like, oh my God. And I just stood there for 10 minutes trying to do the same sound.
This is a nice cover story for you massacring goats at the nature park with a laser gun. You killed them. You slaughtered them like animals.
Do we have anything that's not Star Wars?
Am I actually really far away from Star Wars 1? Is in Phantom Thread when she butters the toast at breakfast. Because it has to be such a specific buttering toast sound for that scene to work. He's getting really irritated by it. Have you guys seen the movie?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember the sound.
Right, so there's a scene where they like the night before, they've sort of been somewhere and they go home and it's like, oh, you know, they're in love with each other. And then they wake up the next morning, she's buttering her toast, and he's more annoyed by this sound than maybe anything in history. And he's just like, you move too much.
There's too much movement. There's entirely too much movement at breakfast.
But the reason the scene works is because he's not just being a dick, but because that buttering toast sound is truly the most annoying and grating thing that you have ever heard. It's like, she's buttering it, and even before he's annoyed by it, you're like, fucking hell, I wish she'd stop doing that. And then he like loudly pours a tea, and then she's buttering again, and then like, you're looking at her and you're like, would you fucking stop? And like, it's kind of like does the thing where like, yeah, he's being a dick, but it puts you in his shoes because you're like, it was fucking annoying, though. It was really, really annoying.
I get it as good sound design, but I wouldn't say it's the best sound effect ever because, I don't know, I'm being unfair, but all of mine are fictional things where they've made a sound rather than just
yeah, but that is generally what
sound
I tried to
design.
go to, but I think I wanted to also make sure that I gave a good shout out to like good usages of regular sound, because it's also not just the regular sound, it's like used or deployed differently in a way that you'd really ever hear it, to sort of, you know, build a certain effect or like build a good character moment out of that or make that scene work. So
yeah,
so worth a mention, but not the winner.
I'm with Tom on that one. Mine's going to be a real sound.
All right, go on, Craig.
Okay, my main pick is the gunshots from Collateral. Specifically when Tom Cruise takes out about 5 thugs or something trying to steal the suitcase from Jamie Foxx when he told him to wait in the car. The gunshots sound, to me, incredible.
Yo, homie. That my briefcase?
Your briefcase? Yeah, it is. Why, you want it back? What about your wallet? What else you got for me? Huh? Fuck!
They're really real and loud, aren't they? It's kind of like in Heat.
Yeah, I was going to say, Michael Mann, like, he clearly has a taste when it comes to sound effects, and I think he built upon what he did in Heat, which is try and record what it might actually sound like, but bring it to Collateral and have the sounds be really in your face and violent. And I've seen that film probably 3-4 times, and I never paid attention to how good the sound effects were until I watched it with my mum. And when Tom Cruise shot the guys, gun sounds went off, my mum flinched like every single time, and the TV wasn't even on loud. It's just they sounded so violent and sort of just not what you expect or you're used to when you usually hear about you hear a gunshot in a film, which is usually more compressed, more sort of flat.
And you feel like you become desensitized to them as well, don't you? You're so used to hearing gunshots in movies because they're part of it, but guns are really like disarming and terrifying, aren't they? You know, as in like to hear a gunshot in real life is like unpleasant.
Even in realistic movies, they tend to suddenly do movie gun sound effects. Whereas that, it just kind of leaves it like real life, how it would be. No silencer, just going...
And it really like cracks through the air, doesn't it? Because there's that extra... It's not just that they're really loud, but it's that it silences people around them.
Oh, you know Craig loves silence.
Yeah.
He loves silence.
Yeah. So I actually think that's a great pick because it's a thing that's used in basically everything, but is a really standout example.
Well, I just really enjoy it when I think a sound effect deserves extra points when it's been done 1,000 times before.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But you know, someone does it in a way that seems obvious, but it's just
better.
They do something new with it, and it just shoves you in the face. Yeah, and it's better. They level it up absolutely, and that is it gets you, and I think it accomplishes quite a brilliant thing, which was it makes you react to a gunshot watching a film the way you might do in real life, which is you flinch a bit.
Whereas I've only gone for really childish things where you basically just go, oh, cool. And one that was really cool in cinema was this. Which is Godzilla's roar.
Yeah,
I thought that
cool.
was sick in an IMAX screen.
That's from I'm going to say the Bryan Cranston one. He's not in, but I mean, he's not in the very
I just love the rumble at the end. I just thought that's a sick roar, which might give you a clue. It's not my pick, but it might give you a clue as to what my pick is, because it's what my pick will always be for every category.
Yeah, I know what it's going to be. Like, I didn't even have to see the soundboard beforehand.
It's the best.
It is obviously going to be that one.
The Velociraptors are also great, but the T-Rex, oh, what a boy. Yeah. And it's a roar, just the best. Sounds so cool. Have you guys heard what a T-Rex has actually sounded like? Apparently, according to...
Apparently. No, I haven't.
Oh, it's really creepy.
Oh, someone recorded one?
Yeah, Craig. They dug it up the other week, actually. It wasn't the noise I was expecting. It wasn't actually creepy to me because he just sort of went honk, like
yeah.
It's like you're in the middle of the forest and you hear a bassy goose.
Which they used geese in Jurassic Park for their sound design, but that was for the raptors doing their honks, which are also great. T-Rex, it's a snake, it's a lion, it's a Komodo dragon or something. It's everything all rolled into one, and it's just the coolest sound. It's just the best.
It is
big,
a good sound.
Bassy, vibrating rumble of
the bassiness.
It's just satisfying. Sick.
My last honorable mention before I say the winner is, and I'm going to just go through quickly because I already mentioned it on another podcast.
Can I guess it?
Yes.
No Country for Old Men, the rapper?
No, that is a great fucking sound effect. What a shout, Craig.
I'd say that's more effective sound design. Like, it's more effective.
Yeah.
The filmmaking around it, the fact they draw your attention to it is good. The sound itself isn't that impressive. It's just the fact that your attention's drawn.
It's a good sound. It's a good sound. It's like an everyday sound.
It's fine, but if I just played you that, I went, Tom, listen to this. You wouldn't go, sick. It's the filmmaking around it.
Yeah, no, it is. Of course it is. Well, you know. But my last mention, just rush through it, is the Annihilation, like, terrifying bear with the human scream with the bear own. Yeah, we already mentioned that. Fantastic, disgusting noise. Never want to hear that again. But my actual winner is, and maybe this is cheating, so I can't actually win, but it's just all the little funny little bleeps and bloops that R2-D2 makes.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
They're great sound effects. But also, it's the only one where he's got a whole personality and language based off of bloops. And I don't think there's ever a moment where you, like, can't read R2-D2's, like, emotions.
It is a thing in Star Wars, isn't it, that the bleeps are a language and that you can understand them. People speak droid.
Oh, yeah. But also, like, as a viewer, you can as well, right? Like, they bleep and bloop, and you're like, yeah, R2.
They can bleep sad and bleep happy.
Yeah, he'll go, ooh.
Yeah, he'll go, ooh.
In a sound, yeah. When he's happy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a whole language. So I think he has to win because it's like, it's a great...
When he crashes into the wall in Revenge of the Sith is my favourite.
Yeah. Wow! Yeah. It's like, you're just never in doubt about how that little guy feels. And it's because all of his sounds are so expressive and good. And it's just a language. It's got to be Star Wars. I always try and pick like some normal films as well. But I think this category is just, it calls out for a Star Wars winner.
I kind of base mine off like how good the sound is by itself, not necessarily its use. So R2-D2, the sound is bleep, bleep, bleep. It's used well in the thing and it makes sense and it works really well. But I think that's more good sound design than just a sound effect, if you know what I mean. Whereas if I just play the T-Rex roar, you go, oh, cool. Well, you guys can disagree. Do you think that's a fair distinction or do you think I'm full of shit?
It's good, but based on your logic, if you played me the sound effect, I'd be like, whoa. But if I play you mine, you'd fucking jump out your seat. And I think like...
Yeah, but I would just say it's just a gunshot.
It's a great fucking gunshot.
It's a great gunshot, but it is just a gun. It is just someone's gone.
I don't think that discounts it. I'm on Craig's side with this one because the way it's engineered is, you know what I mean? Like when they have all these gunshot sounds in movies, they aren't just like, sometimes they will be, I guess, but they aren't just like going to the gunshot sound bank and picking a few off the shelf, you know, like this is one that is designed and built around having this huge effect.
Okay, if Brad's sticking with his and I'm sticking with mine.
Brad, I think what I'm going to propose is an alliance here, where instead of choosing our original choices, we just choose this. Oh. Yeah, I think we have to switch to the Suburban part because it's sick. So as a compromise.
Well, maybe that's a compromise. Yeah. My favourite's T-Rex, your favourite's R2, Craig's favourite is Gunshots. But as a unit, we all could vote for Pod Racer. So no one's happy.
Well, we all agree to something nobody wants.
Democracy. I mean, obviously the X-Wing and Millennium Falcon and all these things have great sounds as well, but the Pod Racer thing has so much build-up around them starting and being on the start line, revving and getting their engines going. It's so much about the sound.
Yeah, it is. It's not even just the sounds they make when they're going, it's like when he stalls at the beginning and the sounds of the engine cut in and him flicking the switches and everything is all incredible.
Are we happy to go ahead?
I was going to Google something that'd make me decide between one of you twos, but it's fair. This way everyone's miserable, okay.
Yeah, and Craig, if I really need to say anything else, it's...
Good point, well made.
Yeah, so that's it.
The best ever sound effect is...
From the Potter Secrets of Phantom Menace.
You know, if you take out the dub, would it sound a little like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park? It has a similar kind of...
Yeah, what if we... So, with the power of the Discord soundboard, you can play both at the same time, and that would sound like... That's such ridiculous cacophony of noise.
The best sound effects ever is that. Yeah.
Yeah, the best sound effects ever is the Sebulba sound played at this exact same time as the T-Rex roar from Jurassic Park. We have a winner!